These are games that should have an intimate love-hate relationship. Or, I totally didn't steal this idea, purely original with no influence from somebody else. Let's get to it, shall we? What if we had a game that had the exhilarating combat and world design of Dishonored, but with the fluid and fun gameplay mechanics from Titanfall 2? See, in Titanfall 2, there's this really cool and fun mechanic that is formerly known as wall running. And it adds this degree of skill to perfectly time wall running with the rest of your moveset. And in Dishonored, you're a super sneaky, stealthy bad guy killing guys left and right in really creative ways. But what if we slap some wall running on this bad boy, slap it together, and make Titanfall 2 with the fluid gameplay of Dishonored? We can call that Dishonored Disfall 2. That's a terrible name, but stick with me. Even better is allowing you to use your entire moveset while still wall running up a bitch. So imagine this. You come onto one of the streets in Dishonored with a bunch of enemies you need to take out. Instead of doing the typical slice and dice with a mix of special powers, you can add the ability to wall run real quick, get a fast drop on an enemy before they expect it, while still leaving those other abilities and options in there, but with added wall running mechanics. This could add some big depth to the gameplay.
Big boy depth.
Depth you've never heard of. We're going down in the depths. So imagine the possibilities. You know, you're walking along in some castle hallways and you spot a few guards up ahead. While you can get up into a shaft and sneak by them, how about running along the wall instead and doing some sick flips and tricks with a special animation to take them both out at once? But oh no, another guard came out of the bathroom behind you. What you doof? You could just run up a wall and do a sick 180 turnaround and stab the dude in his neck. Or even add a mechanic to backflip and do some sick parkour style moves. The possibilities are endless. It would be hella satisfying to wall run real quick. But hang in there. Shoot a dude in the head and do a flip off of the wall, land your sword into another guy. Now that would be sick. Let's say you're overwhelmed by a group of enemies at a cramped space. Instead of using a grenade, a swarm of rats are running away, you have this new ability. You run across one of the walls real quick, catch one of the guards, well, off guard, adding more fluidity to the already fluid combat. Now you probably understood nothing from that, but let's continue anyways. This will make the game a lot easier, so we have to have some things to make this move useful, but also add some cons to make it hard to pull off. One suggestion is to add more guards patrolling in a certain area to encourage this playstyle, but not so much to make other playstyles less viable. So while making the game slightly harder, we have this ability to relieve some of that added difficulty. Or how about making it an actual unlockable ability, giving the player more choice on what they want to upgrade if they want to roll. How about we make this an actual unlockable ability, giving the player more choice on what they want to upgrade if they want to wall run at all. If they want to wall run at all. Jesus Christ, that's a tongue twister. Holy shit. And I think it would only add to Dishonored, because Dishonored is all about choices. This could also add to the mysterious mystique of the outsider, making them seem more dangerous than they already are. And people become increasingly more scared of Corvo when they see him do this. Also making become an outsider be more valuable than it already is by having more interesting world building on this move. I can imagine you find notes laying around with stories of these strange shadow people who run across walls, and people are more terrified since this adds many more angles to where they can be killed, only increasing the fun meter of this game. Enemies will have more alertness, but we will also add some better shadow mechanics to help balance that out. The levels in Dishonored already feel big enough to support this mechanic, but it may suffer some art design with having more flat surfaces and sacrificing some interior design, but if done right, I think this will only serve to add a more fun and interesting experience as a whole. I don't know about you, but every time I play Dishonored, I can't help but think of how amazing this sort of mechanic would be, and I feel like the pros really outweigh the cons here. And if all else fails, we could just add a little tumble roll from Mirror's Edge. But that's my little shit post for the day. Goodbye, stinkies. Don't game too hard. This is a terrible video. Holy shit. I guess I'll release it anyways. Fuck it. Need some content to get that ad revenue. You know what I'm talking about, baby? Get that money, get that views.